Ladies and gentlemen, how you doing? It's John the Ninja live in the dojo, aka the Dojang, aka the John the Ninja Studios for another beautiful unboxing. My skills with this knife are getting better, and I attribute it all to the opening of the boxes that I'm doing today. Long time goal, finally achieved. Something to mark off my bucket list. It is a WWE belt. This particular belt is going to be the Undisputed Championship. Now, I know what some of you think. Oh, why would you get a fake belt? Well, let me tell you, ever since Theo Ivory, the wrestler, one of the greats coming up in the world, in the indie scene, shout out to him, buy some of his merchandise, he's a great dude. He lent me his Intercontinental title belt when I was at a wrestling show for CZW. I used to be associated with CZW. I used to be a student of the classes, learned some really great stuff from that wrestling school, and just having that title made me feel powerful, made me feel like the man. And you know, it doesn't really mean what it represents, but you're like, nah, I'm the greatest. So as a kid, I always wanted a WWE belt. I wanted the Undisputed Championship, the one Eddie Guerrero had, the one John Cena would have, even the greats like Brock Lesnar, and even so, John Bradshaw Layfield, the greatest heel of my generation, I think. And I always wanted the belt. My parents were not going to pay for the belt. They weren't going to get me the United States spinning belt. They weren't going to get me anything. So I took it upon myself to buy it. And with a generous Christmas present from Aunt Jerry, I finally got the belt. So without further ado, I got the box. I have the knife. Let's get to it. Now, for all of you that do know, I think this belt was introduced in 2002 with Hulk Hogan. I know Jericho was the first Undisputed Champion. They had the two belts, the WCW Championship and the WWE Championship. Well, it was F at the time. And then he lost to Triple H. Triple H lost to Hulk Hogan. And around that time, that's when this particular belt actually made its appearance. So, taking out the wrapping, which the WWE is so nice. Ooh, baby. So it's not, or is it? I'm trying to see. Oh, it's not in a cover, which I was expecting, but even in the wrapping, ooh, it smells like charcoal. Even in the wrapping, this thing feels heavy. It feels like I'm about to be the greatest superstar the world has ever seen for wrestling. So let me take this out fully. And, oh, jeez. This thing is absolutely huge. Oh, okay, so fun, interesting fact, it is in a bag. It just has the front of the belt on it. Okay. But yeah, sincerely, this thing is massive. I never assumed it was this long or this big. Now, I'm going to tell you the truth. This is the replica from WWE. I'm not even going to take it out yet. I'm just going to hold it and feel like a champion real quick without taking it out. But this thing is ginormous compared to what I'm expecting what you see on TV. I see why a lot of people that do videos on this are like, yeah, it didn't fit me, I can't get it to fit me. Well, now I am under the same understanding, but this is 100% the replica that I'm taking out. Opening it, you can see that they also wrapped the actual title belt. But I do like the fact that it came with that. So, let's get rid of all this extra and see what we got here. It's a very distinct smell, I'll give it that. I'm not used to smelling like factory-made belts, but... Ooh. Now this is a beauty. It's big, it's massive, and I can understand why dudes would beat the living crap out of each other just for a chance to hold something as prestigious as this. Feeling like Eddie, hey, viva la raza. But again, I just want to reiterate, this thing is massive compared to what I'm expecting. Now, the guys in the WWE are huge, big dudes. We're talking over 6'5". Usually it fits them 300, 280 pounds. So, understandable, but I finally have this piece to add in my room. I know I said I was going to put a bunch of vinyl over there, but I had to change of heart. I think I'm going to hang this up right over there so you can see it every time. But this is something that's definitely pretty awesome. Other than the shine and the sleek lookingness, it is one thing I have to mention, that the actual indentations on this, you can't see them from afar. You can check out other YouTube videos for it. But these indentations look like they were branded very, very well. Of course, it's, this is usually a $400, $500 belt. I got it for like $3 something, less than $350. So for what it is, it's pretty cool. The diamonds look realistic, even though I'm pretty sure anyone else, you can tell, yeah, they're fake, but they look great. Either way, the shine, the sleek, you can even change it. I'm assuming you could change the nameplate to put your name or something else. I really was expecting and thinking that I was going to buy the Eddie Guerrero version of this belt. Eddie Guerrero is still my favorite wrestler of all time. May not be my favorite character. I still got to give that to The Rock. But as far as wrestling and a person, someone I idolize, still got to give it to Eddie. And he was the one that wore this belt for WrestleMania 20. And of course, y'all know that story. I got to see him at the Royal Rumble. Missed out at WrestleMania. Check out the Concert Resume series. You'll figure that out. But for the most part, just growing up, seeing this, actually, again, still dumbfounded. This thing is freaking huge. I don't think I could actually get this around my waist. Let me try. I think I get it. Well, I'm not going to lie. It does feel good to have this on. I'm going to give you a real quick warning. If you're a small guy or smaller and you're not a little chubbier or just massive, there is quite a lot of room for this belt right here. Now, it does feel great. You do feel like a champion, but you can't help but wonder, like, okay, how many guys actually could wear this? You see Brock Lesnar doing his little jumps and all that, and you're really wondering how much he was using his leg to make sure that this one is slide off. He's a massive dude, but again, you can understand why people would want to be champion, walk around with this, have people recognize the hard work as a wrestler, even right now. Don't I? I look good. I look good, don't I? Orton's got this. I got this. With that said, this was years in the making. I did have a little bit of fun money saved up, so I just want to give you all a heads up. This belt is huge. It may not be your expectation that it fits all, but other than that, again, you have to admire the craftsmanship, the history behind the actual belt. I don't know where that is right now, but just having a replica, something to look forward to every morning, just to remind me, like, hey, keep going. You are champion. That's not really how I am. I already know I'm great, but you get the idea. Something like this is novelty. It's great decoration. It's not something that's going to, change your life and make you great. But I would say this is something I am happy to own. You guys know I'm a stuff guy. And as long as I keep it in the room and don't become a hoarder, I think I'm good. And so far, everything looks like it's fitting. As soon as it doesn't, I'm getting rid of shit. So, for the most part, just going to give you one last look up close and personal. You got the eagle, the WWE logo. Again, really would love to put a name there. This particular piece, I believe this is the insignia for the McMahons. Not too sure, never really got that. But then the WWE, etc., etc., etc. It's something you've all seen, but John's finally got his. Gonna keep it on my shoulder. Anytime I got a WrestleMania to go to, anytime I got, some type of event to go and talk trash to my friends, I'm bringing this baby. I'm patting it out. It's gonna be beaten. It's gonna be definitely broken in, but the point of having this is just to have fun. If I, Lord willing, get to go to a WWE event, definitely taking it. If get to go to WrestleMania with some friends, get to go see WrestleMania at a pay-per-view, hell, if the Super Bowl is happening, I'll grab this bad boy and take it and just have a little fun. Now, one story I do have before I go, the cross-country team. Me, Zach Hackett, who you know, Greg, and Jesse, two guys that you hear about, but you never really got an idea of who they are. We were in a cross-country crew, and basically we would race every race, talk trash, always had stories, and at the end of the season, whoever had the best times, whoever was the best runner, would get this fake, I don't even know if it was a WWE belt, it was probably like a TNA belt, and the guys would pass it along, like whoever won the race would get the belt. So, I think the last person I saw with it was Zach at the notorious party at Greg's we all don't talk about anymore. And so last season comes up, Jesse's graduated, Zach's hurt, he can't run the last race. Greg left the school, started managing a power plant in Virginia, and John was the last one to finish the race. So I was the last one of the crew to finish a race starting from freshman year as the friend group. So you know what? This is my championship for finishing that. Because I never got that damn belt. I never saw that damn thing. I PR'd, I ran, and I never got it. So this is it. So guys, do you have a WWE belt? Which one would you get? I'm gonna, tell you, be careful. This is pretty addicting. I see why people on YouTube be buying a bunch of belts and having them and being all happy about and jitty and shit. So, what's your favorite WWE belt? Do you have this belt? Would you buy this belt? And tell me how good I look with this belt in the comments. As always, guys, I'm John the Ninja. Thank you so much for watching it. It means the world to me. Till next time, be smart, be mindful, and rock on. God bless you.